Well, if ever a shot sums up the last hour of racing, that's it. Very heavy rain, and an educated guess, that might be Team GB, who've actually changed their body to a slightly different colour. That car not really wanting to restart, having been upturned. And you can see that the dust that we had earlier has gone, and we are racing in a quagmire. I am told by our director that that is Malta, who, his eyes are better than mine. The wing end plates where the numbers are, I can't see it all. Malta have done well and got up into 5th place. They're relishing these muddy conditions. Now here's the Germans in the pits. We worried about their tactics earlier on, about doing that engine change when it didn't seem necessary, but this is France, and well, that is a major repair. Look, they've gone inside, they're not even in the pit lane, and that is forced maintenance, nothing routine about that. Here's Italy. Look at the colour of that car. You can just about see the tricolore on the front. Now while this is going on, of course, everyone else still racing. Oh, now that's the wildcard driver, and he's not happy. He's off the podium, so where's the car? The car's in the pit lane. There's Nick Damon. Now, clutch. I'm hearing Nick saying clutch spring problem for that car. Now, that's the second time it's had a clutch spring problem, and this is costing them time, and this time, this problem is going to cost them the lead. Here comes Hungary. They're making up time and will take the lead here, whilst the wildcard team, remember that second Spanish team, is still in the pit lane. Well, they've taken over to refuel it, but it's still not starting. And coming back, oh, the time is leaching away. They are losing a lot of time here. This is a disaster for them. They'd fought back from that problem early on. Now here's Finland. They're coming up as well, making up positions. In from 5th, here's Greece. Oh, that's a very, very slow stop indeed. Now they'll give it a wash off just to, well, clearly to have a quick look around. But that, I think, is a portent of more problems, because that car came in far too slowly. Now here's the wildcards. They are back out again, but they have dropped down now to 4th position. Well, it's going to be a big ask. We've got half the race still to run, but a big ask now. They're going to have to be pretty much trouble-free right through the second half of the race if they're going to get back on terms and confirm from the pit lane. 2 problems with that clutch spring has really cost them their lead. Now, there's Slovenia. Now they're benefiting up to 5th position from problems from other teams, including Iceland here, who are not having a good day. Their position pretty much in free fall at the minute, as they're going to be lucky to hold on to a position inside the top 10. And Greece having problems as well. That's another team that are dropping down, benefiting that Slovenian car that we saw a moment or two ago. But here's the leaders as we come to the end of this hour. This is Hungary, and they've done a cracking job to be leading it in these conditions.
Thanks, John. Yes, it is still raining. We are in Spain and conditions are really tough for those drivers. Hopefully things will pick up. It wasn't always like that though. Let's remind ourselves of how things were this morning when Nick arrived at the track.
Race morning dawns on a fine, sunny Spanish morning. The refrains of Spanish Europop playing behind the speakers, and the sense of anticipation amongst the 16 teams about to take the start of this 12-hour endurance race. But first, we have qualifying and obviously the team presentation before the engines start roaring at midday.
Well, the engines are roaring and we've got to get back to the race because Nick is with our hero, the Polish driver, Jack. He can keep going for 6 hours, you know.
Really?
Yeah. He's a phenomenon. He's been kicked off the stand. He's controversial, but he can keep going. They can't stop him, only they have. And now Nick's talking to him trackside.
We're with the Iron Man of the Polish team. It's Jack. You ran 6 hours. Why?
Why? Because in our team we have only two real drivers.
So will your teammate, who's up there, be doing the other 6 hours, or will other members have a go?
Yes, but I don't know then he can. Maybe I must go up and change.
Well done so far.
Yeah, let's keep a close eye on that one. Newsflash, it stopped raining. Let's check in with John Hindhoff for the next instalment of Race Action.
Well, as you can see, the sun beginning to sink below the horizon, and the team who have really done the best over the last hour or so have been Hungary. Tremendous consistency from the Hungarian team. Now, clearly, a lot of this is down to their very good driving. Example of what we are seeing now. Not always the quickest at every part of the circuit, but as you can see, they have been safe, and more importantly, they have stayed out of the pits. And that hasn't been the story for every other team up and down the pit lane. Our camera's actually making it look a little bit lighter out there than it is, thanks to the cleverness of modern electronics. Now, here's a problem in the pit lane. This is Poland. Now, they had been running well up the field. Let's put the controversy about who's driving to one side for a moment, but this is a lengthy pit stop, and that's going to cost them dropping down the field. They were up as high as second at one stage. Now, this is Iceland. Been a topsy-turvy race for them. They've been up and down the field. And there, well, I was just going to say there, with their problem solved, is the wildcard team. And as I say that, they're back out on track, but just for a moment on their roof. Well, let's hope that's the end of their problems as they fight back towards the front. Now, here's a team that's been doing very well. The rain stopped, so they're cleaning off the Estonian car here. They've been having a cracking battle with the Czech Republic. They've got up into 7th position. Team GB, meanwhile, despite Nick Damon's best efforts to push them back down the field, have actually got up to their best position, up to 13th. Whilst that doesn't sound very good, what they're aiming for is just to get to the end of the 12 hours. That problem for the wildcard teams dropped them down to 5th. Malta have sneaked up into 4th, and as we move into the next phase of the race, darkness, the top 3 are Poland in 3rd, then Finland and Hungary still with that big lead.
Well, Adam, what's the focus going to be with this night driving? What's that going to mean for the drivers?
Night driving is actually pretty hard. For the guys who are just coming on to the rostrum, if they've not driven in night before, your cars can look a lot faster. They're not faster, but they do look it. To your eye, your car will seem faster. Their lap times, it will take them a while to adjust. And I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing the lap times actually get longer now, because people start overshooting corners. Tiredness will creep in. Also, the cars are now, after all that mud from the rain earlier, the suspension will be starting to free off, so the cars will be coming back in one sense, but then going away from them, the drivers will just be finding this a nightmare.
So we're looking to be seeing some messy, haphazard, all over the shop cars out there on the track.
Yeah.
But it's going to be the persistent, concentrated drivers that are going to win this, going to take this, and Hungary seem to be doing that.
Yeah.
Persistent is one word. I'm just hearing that our hero, Jack from Poland, is back. This is just footage coming in right now. He's now taking back the controls after Frank McKinney ordered him off the rostrum not to return. Well, we're well and truly into the twilight zone now, but we've got to take a break. So stick with us and we'll be back after this with the final instalment of this awesome Baja Endurance Challenge.